If it makes y'all happy, I'll continue to listen to more Linkin Park. So far, the journey, I'm rather lukewarm at best on the Linkin Park stuff we've listened to so far. Good. I'm glad it makes you happy, Cotton. Good to know. You're at the very least must hear every single one of their songs before you're allowed to hate them. Apparently. Having said that, we're listening to Minutes to Midnight, which is their third album, and how many we got to see. Let's just do the research and do the work here today. What is this? There's a Linkin Park. Is this like a concert video that they're doing a pre-release for an album for? Yeah, this is just a live fucking album. Okay, I see. Anyways, let's go to their album output. So the albums that have been most requested by the YouTube and by the people that are feverishly passionate about Linkin Park, which not a huge surprise. They're a tremendously huge band. The two albums everyone's been telling me to listen to based on the first two reactions we did to Meteora and Hybrid Theory are Minutes to Midnight and 1,000 Suns, which 1,000 Suns, from what I have come to understand, is a concept record. So I'm kind of interested to hear what that sounds like, but we're not there yet. I think a couple of these that we're seeing here, like this one and this one, are remix albums, I think, because I think it goes Minutes to Midnight, 1,000 Suns, The Hunting Party, One More Light, and then From Zero. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is the trajectory we're going here with this Linkin Park journey we're going on. But today, we're going to be listening to this one here. And we're only going to listen up to track 14. We're not doing the, wait, hold on. This isn't even the version that I was listening to. Hold on. Or that I had queued up here. We're listening to the original releases. We're not doing like huge bonus track additions. If I really am into it, maybe we'll listen to the bonus tracks, but there's 12 tracks on this, which roughly goes to around like a 42 to 45 minute long album. Minutes to Midnight, made in 2007. And let's do the little write-up that they have here on Apple Music. With this 2007 album, Linkin Park started to move beyond the rap metal template that made the band icons in the first half of the 2000s. Lead single Shadow of the Day features strings and an unusually tender vocal from Chester Bennington. Of course, one can't discount the bleak refrain lying just under the song's sweet surface. The shadow of the day will embrace the world in gray. Valentine's Day and Leave Out All the Rest follow the blueprint of Shadow of the Day, and at first seems like Linkin Park might now have more in common with Coldplay than Korn. What? Nobody told me this shit. We're going into Coldplay territory? I don't like Coldplay, but this is interesting. Now I kind of want to hear this. But Given Up, Bleed It Out, and No More Sorrow are furious performances that match and perhaps even outdo classic Linkin Park songs like Numb and Crawling. Producer Rick Rubin has brought out the best in the band, and with Minutes to Midnight, they managed to incorporate new sounds and attitudes without abandoning the aggressive rock that made them a household name. Seeing Rick Rubin attached to this, I don't know, man. I think a lot of people really give that fucker a lot of credit because he kind of just lets bands do their thing and wants them to do it in a very organic and raw way, where he's just kind of lets them loose and doesn't want to put too many shackles on there and just like gives his opinion on whether or not he feels it's matching the vibe of the vision that they're going for. Some of the albums he produces are great, like fucking Blood Sugar Sex Magic, the first couple fucking Danzig records, Those Johnny Cash records are really good. Um, Obviously, he did some Slayer records. I mean, he's done some really cool shit. So we'll see. We'll see what this does. Because one of my biggest complaints, I think you guys are aware of, is that I felt the first two albums were a little too formulated, and a bit overproduced. Mind you, that's the style they were going for. So that's kind of like a humdrum argument, right? It's like, well, this is what they're going for. So obviously, but for my taste, I was just kind of like, this isn't really doing it for me when it comes to heavy music. So to hear that Rick Rubin's more hands-off, let the band do its thing approach is coming to fruition here on Minutes to Midnight. I'm a little more intrigued to hear where this goes, but to hear that they lean towards a Coldplay vibe, I don't know how I feel about that. Let's go to the chat. Cotton says, maybe I'm insane, but I can't wait until we get to the From Zero album. That's with their new singer since Chester passed, and I love it. I have, admittedly, Cotton, heard a few tracks off of that album, because I believe that came out, like last year? 2 years ago. And I want to say, what is the Emptiness Machine I've heard? And I think Heavy is the Crown are like the two singles. I'm pretty sure I heard those. I remember thinking the Emptiness, why can't I speak today? The Emptiness Machine was all right. Like, it didn't bother me at all. Forgive me for the way my voice probably sounds today. I went to 2 concerts this weekend. On Friday, I went and saw Modest Mouse, which was absolutely fucking amazing. So fucking good. All the music off of their new album live sounded so fucking good. And then last night, in a sweaty, dingy little bar in a podunk town in Wisconsin, I saw 6 Feet Under. And I fucking growled and screamed my head off the entire show. So my voice is a little trashed. I wanted to post the videos I took up on Discord, but I ain't paying for no Nitro subscription. So those videos were too big for me to put up there. Maybe I'll put them elsewhere, or maybe I'll like compress them or some shit. We'll see. But yeah, so if you notice my voice is a little more raspy than normal, that's the reason why. But anyways, let's stop fucking around. You got to watch the ads and get them Discord orbs for the free Nitro. Cariosa, you got to tell me the ways. Teach me the ways, Sensei. And we'll figure that out. Anyways, let's get to it. Let's start our Minutes to Midnight journey. I want to be very positive walking into this, but I want to be very clear. So far, Linkin Park hasn't been my shit. But I'm trusting you guys that you're steering me in the right direction, and that maybe I will start to like some of the stuff that we're experiencing now. So flush out the bad vibes. Let's bring it on in. First track is Wake. Let's hear it. Oh, we're gonna be vibey. I love setting up vibes on albums. I think more bands should do this kind of shit. Holy shit. That sounded like a band. The intro song already has me interested. I could hear a bass playing. I could hear guitars that sounded like they were actually playing at the same time with the drums and the bass. There was a vibe. There's a fucking band playing here, guys. Yes. 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 Who would have known? Do I have this?
Yes. 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 Yes.
You're stupid.
Yes. 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 Yes.
That's an idiot.
Yes.
Oh, this is what I've wanted all along. There's a band. All right, let's get to the first actual song. That was okay. Perfect way, boys. Perfect way to build this up for me, boys. All right, we're going to Giving Up. Are they going to squander this goodwill? Are they going to, let's see. Already, I love this 1,000% more. I love the way this sounds. I love that it sounds like a band playing together. I love... I'm really liking how this record sounds compared to the last two albums. It feels organic. Like, we're only a couple minutes into this, and that first song really is just like the intro mood piece to get us into this. But this so far feels like a rock record. Where that other one, hey, I don't want to trash those things because I like some albums that are super in your face and overproduced and feel like they were constructed in like Pro Tools or digitally constructed. There's some albums out there that I dig, but there was something about those albums that felt calculated in a way, where this so far sounds like a bunch of dudes sitting around playing music together, and I'm kind of into it. And the vocals are also mixed really nicely here. So let's get back here a little bit. Let's go into that verse again. The bass sounds great. I love that I can finally hear bass in this music, and that the bass player sounds like he's actually playing, as opposed to those other records.
Waking a sweat again. Another day's been laid to waste. In my disgrace, stuck in my head again. Feels like I'll never leave this place. There's no escape. I'm my own worst enemy. I've given up. I'm sick of feeling. Is there nothing you can say? Take this all away. I'm suffocating. Tell me what the fuck is wrong with me. I don't know what to take. Thought I was focused, but I'm scared. I'm not prepared.
I really like his vocals in this. I think that the one note screams that we're used to with the choruses, and for some reason fit this a lot better. I'm still not super hype on like his like the lyrical rhyming schemes seem a bit easy. They just seem a little on the nose. So like so far lyrically, this isn't really doing a lot for me, but I really, I think his vocals do well with this kind of like, this is really kind of more like punky rock and roll right now, which is a huge difference and departure from that last record. Cotton says, I can't wait until we get to the bridge of this song. I won't say, but just know you're going to lose your mind when you get to it. Whoa. All right.
I hyperventilate, looking for help somehow, somewhere, and no one cares. I'm my own worst enemy. I've given up. I'm sick of feeling. Is there nothing you can say? Take this.
Yeah, I like this a lot better.
Away. I'm suffocating. Tell me what the fuck is wrong with Put me out of my misery. Put me out of my misery. Put me out of my fucking misery.
That was fun. That was dirty.
I've given up. I'm sick of feeling. Is there
I like this tune.
can say? Take this all away. I'm suffocating. Tell me what the fuck is wrong with me.
That was a fun fucking song. Settle it down here, guy. Settle it down here. Let me fucking talk. This is a revelation. I honestly, if I can look you guys straight in the eyes, and I mean seriously, look at me straight in the eyes. I was ready to call bullshit on all you motherfuckers. I was just like, there's no way that these guys could like turn this ship around from how corny I felt a lot of this music was. No, I hate eye contact. If I'm very clear, I felt a lot of those first two records were corny. And I'm sorry if that hurts anybody's feelings and it's disrespectful. It's just how I felt. This, to me, works in a way that it just feels more like a fucking band as opposed to some constructed pop outfit, which I tend to just unilaterally reject for the most part. If I feel the music is like the music that's being presented to me is nothing more than a product, I tend to check out. And a lot of the first two albums of Linkin Park felt like a very calculated music project. And reading back on some of the history behind how the band was created, kind of like a studio created band to an extent, kind of led me down that path as well. Luke's back. Okay, I'm back with coffee and parenting duties with the cat after the vets. Oh, well, I hope the cat's all right, dude. But hearing something like this kind of warms me up. Like, was the song perfect? No. Was it fun? Was it a slight bit punky to a certain extent? I felt his vocals fit really well in that song. That middle part had that nasty, grungy, dirty ass fucking heavy feel, like of the parts that I did like. of like what was By Myself, I think was the track on the first album I really liked, that had that really grungy ass fucking guitar sound with the bass. Reminded me of that. Yeah, fucking solid ass tune. Thumbs up. That's making me very optimistic for the rest of this. So let's get to the next song. We got Leave Out All the Rest. Ah, sounds good, Luke.
I dreamed I was missing. You were so scared, but no one would listen, 'cause no one else cared.
I don't know what it is. This album just has a warmer feel to it. Like, it doesn't feel as outright in your face with like super clean production that I guess gives it more of a vibe than those other albums. I'm very interested to know, and please don't ruin it for me, those of you that have heard this album, where Mike Shinoda fits into this. I'm very interested to figure this out. It's definitely got that summer 2007 feel, that's for sure, Luke says.
After my dreaming, I woke with this fear. What am I leaving when I'm done here? So if you're asking me, I want you to know, when my time comes, forget the wrong that I've done. Help me leave behind some reasons to be met. And don't resent me. And when you're feeling empty, keep me in your memory. Leave out all the rest. Leave out all the rest.
Really nice vocal.
Don't be afraid.
Like, the melodies are really nice on this so far. Let's go back a little bit there. I liked that chorus.
Leave out all the rest. Don't be afraid of taking my beating, of shit that I made. I'm strong on the surface.
It does sound like he's playing digital drums. Like, where's the snare? It sounds more like he's triggering claps as opposed to, and the bass drum sounds like these are all digital drums that are playing right now.
My beating, of shit that I made. I'm strong on the surface. Not
But who
all
knows?
the
It could
way
be the DJ, right?
through. I've never been perfect, but neither have you. So if you're asking me, I want you to know, when my time comes, forget the wrong that I've done. Help me leave behind some reasons to be missed. Don't resent me. And when you're feeling empty, keep me in your memory. Leave out all the rest. Leave out all the rest. Forgetting all the hurt inside you've learned you had so well. Pretending someone else can come and save me from myself. I can't be who you are. When my time comes, forget the wrong that I've done. Help me leave behind some reasons to be missed. Don't resent me. And when you're feeling empty, keep me in your memory. Leave out all the rest. Leave out all the rest. Forgetting all the hurt inside you've learned you had so well. Pretending someone else can come and save me from myself. I can't be who you are. I can't
The strings are
be
nice.
who you are.
I'm really surprised. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be, because the last couple albums, they have that very strict formula with how they you know, construct their songs from a pop standpoint. This is a very simplified, straightforward rock tune, right? Like a pop rock tune. A lot of nice textures to it. The vocals are really nice. I'm still not super hype on the lyrics. It just, I'm sorry guys, some of it just feels corny to me. But for the most part, it works. Like that's another good song. I would listen to that. Not a bad song. Cool. We are 3 in and I'm liking this. Wait, I gave that a star. I know I did. So, all right, cool. 3 songs in and this has been a positive experience so far. Let's go to song track number 4, Bleed It Out. Okay, so are we getting an album experience where all the songs kind of bleed into each other? I'm kind of into that. Have I heard this before?
Yeah, here we go for the 100th time. Hand grenade pins in every line.
There he is. I think I've heard this.
Going out of my fucking mind. Filthy mouth, no excuse. Find a new place to hang this noose. String me up from atop these roofs. Knot it tight so I won't get loose. Truth is you can stop and stare. Run myself out and no one cares. Dug the trench out, lay down there with a shovel up out of reach somewhere. Yeah, someone pour it in. Make it a dirt dance floor again. Saying prayers and stop it out when they bring that chorus in. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it.
Oh, I've heard this, yeah.
I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. Just to throw it away, just to throw it away. I bleed it out. Go, stop the show. Choppy words in a sloppy flow. Shotgun opera, lock and load. Cock it back and then watch it go. Mama help me, I've been cursed. Death is rolling in every verse. Candy paint on his brand new hearse.
I do like how like soft the mix is. This isn't as so aggressive in your face with the soundscape that it's presenting and with the mix that it has. It doesn't feel like we're trying to brick wall this thing. It just feels like a rock band playing. And I know I keep saying this, but it's just like such a drastic difference in like the sonic template of how this band is presented. They're still kind of doing their thing, right? Like this song sounds like something that would have been on the other albums, but the way that it's been recorded and how it's been mixed sounds vastly different, right? I'm not so much into this tune. I feel this feels like Linkin Park light a little bit, but I gotta appreciate the recording of this album and its mix are so much better. I like how this sounds so much better.
Can't contain a mean nosy works. Fuck, this hurts. I won't lie. Doesn't matter how hard I try. Half the words don't mean a thing, and I know that I won't be satisfied. So why try ignoring him? Make it a dirt dance floor again. Say your prayers and stop it out when they bring that chorus in. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. Just to throw it away. Just to throw it away. I bleed it out. I've opened up these skies. I'll make you face us.
He's got such a good harsh vocal when he really goes for it. Let's do that again.
I'll make you face us. I pull myself so far. I'll make you face us. No! I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. Just to throw it away. Just to throw it away.
song's okay. Like, you see me bopping my head to this stuff, and I think a lot of times, and I felt this way with the other two albums too, where it's like, the music's not terrible. It's not something that, like, that track in particular, it's not something that, I mean, if it's on, it's cool, but it's not something I'd really reach towards. I feel like the other two tracks were better than that one. Let's go to Shadow of the Day. That track just felt a little too simple. Like, there really wasn't much to it. Shadow of the Day is our next track. That bass is nice. This almost has like a shoegazy vibe to it.
Close both locks below the window.
Take it easy, Cotton. Later, bro.
I close both blinds and turn away. Sometimes solutions aren't so simple. Sometimes goodbye's the only way. Oh, and the sun will set for you.
This sounds very familiar, and I totally now hear that fucking Coldplay reference that they had in the write-up. I can totally see where they're coming from with that reference. I think I've heard this song before. I really sonically like the sparseness. It also kind of has a slight bit of like the Police in there a little bit. Yeah, this song's not bad.
Sometimes goodbye's the only way. Oh, and the sun will set for you.
Tad bit of U2 in there, which Coldplay, right?
Sun will set for you. And the shadow of the day will embrace the world in gray. And the sun will set for you.
Feels like a less problematic U2 song. Like, I could listen to this song and not feel guilty that I'm listening to a U2 song. Because I fucking hate U2. This is not a bad song.
In cards and flowers on your window.
This is such a wild departure. I didn't expect this at all.
Plead for you to stay. Sometimes beginnings aren't so simple. Sometimes goodbye's the only way. Oh, and the sun will set for you.
That's super catchy, dude.
The sun will set for you. And the shadow of the day will embrace the world in gray. And the sun will set for you.
There we go. really like how this song built. The crescendo of this song has been really nice, to go from such a sparse arrangement in the beginning to bringing in Chester's vocals, to then bringing in a little bit more guitar, and then a guitar solo, and then a bigger chorus, and now these huge, like, just like everything's open now. This has just been a really pleasant song to listen to.
And the shadow of the day will embrace the world in gray, and the sun will set free.
That was a really catchy tune. I agree. It had the hints of Coldplay and U2, but also had some Smashing Pumpkins vibes in there too towards the end. Like the way that it resolved in the overall big soundscape, very Pumpkins. Boy, that keyboard's going all over the place right now. Let's let it roll into the next one. Okay, this sounds like we're about to get into familiar Linkin Park territory here. What I've Done. That was a really like surprising change of pace compared to like these songs. Yeah, like they're more rocky Linkin Park tunes, but that is just a straight up pop tune. That doesn't sound like anything Linkin Park had done up until this point. I liked that song. That was really cool. I mean, I suppose you could probably say that it was a little safe, but it was just a very pleasant fucking song to listen to. Very kind of like big alt rocky kind of song. I dug it. All right, What I've Done. Yeah, this sounds like we're going to get into traditional Linkin Park territory here. Big time. Have I heard this? This sounds very familiar. This sounds so familiar.
Farewell, there's no blood, there's no alibi, 'cause I've drawn regret from the truth of 1,000 lies, so let mercy come.
Sorry, Luke. Either Twitch recognized something you typed in to look like a link, or you posted a link. There are no links posted in the chat. Oh, this is that song? No wonder I've heard this is the What I've Done. The Michael Bay ending meme song. That's this? That's why I was like, the whole time I'm like, man, this sounds so fucking familiar to me. Because we've all heard this online 1.5 million times, right? Okay. All right. Got it, Luke. Thank you, bud. It was killing me because I'm sitting here like, what the fuck, dude? I've heard this before. Maybe I've heard more of this album than I realize.
'Cause I've drawn regret from the truth of 1,000 lies, so let mercy come and wash away what I've done. I'll face myself to cross out what I've become, erase myself.
This album's really become a Chester Bennington album, hasn't it? Like we've had one song so far. We're what, 6 songs in to the 12 song album 6 songs in, and we've had one track with fucking Mike Shinoda on it. Is he barely on this record? Like, this has become the Chester Bennington show. This has been interesting. This song, as I've heard it before, this doesn't really do much for me either. This kind of feels a bit generic. Plus, we've all heard that chorus memed out. So it's almost impossible for me to be objective about that. It's catchy. And I mean, as I had said before, not to beat a dead horse, the album just is recorded really well. So it's a pleasant listen. But yeah, this isn't really doing much for me, this one. Having said all that, reading these lyrics and listening to what like the song's about, I really like what's being spoken towards. I tend to not really like a lot of on the nose kind of lyrical approaches. I tend to like lyrics that make you kind of read between the lines and are more interpretive. But in my own life, not to get on a soapbox or make this all about me or whatever, there's definitely things that I've done in the past. Siberian thaw. Now that's a deep cut. Well played, Cariosa. There's definitely things that I'm not super proud of that I've done in my life. And the ability to kind of take those things, go through the heartache and the pain of fucking up, and lifting yourself back up and realizing that every single moment in the present matters, and every single moment in the present is an opportunity to be better and to make better choices and to learn from those mistakes is such a tremendously hard thing to do, and a tremendously important thing to do. So I really like the lyrics of this song. I think this is something that every one of us to a certain extent have to deal with, right? Some of us a little more than others. But some of us, it takes a lot to learn from our past mistakes and try to be better people. So kudos, Chester Bennington. This is I like the lyrics of the song. I don't necessarily dig the song itself on a whole, but what it's speaking towards, yeah, big time thumbs up. It's one of those things that at least for me, took multiple instances for me to finally start to catch on that, yo, dude, maybe you're the fucking problem. Maybe you need to like look in the rear view mirror, see what didn't work, see the decisions that you had made that continually replicate themselves and don't provide good outcomes, and maybe make a different choice and be a better person. So cool. I this is the first lyrically song where I was kind of like, okay, I can relate to this.
Today this ends. I'm forgiving what I've done. I'll face myself to cross out what I've become. Erase myself
vocals are nice. Just a really nice mix, dude. Everything feels like it's in its right place. Hands Held High is the next track.
Turn my mic up louder, I got to say something. Lightweight, step it aside when we come in. Feel it in your chest, the syllables get pumping. People on the street, they panic and start running. Words on loose leaf sheet, complete coming.
This is interesting.
I summon the rhyme, I'm dumping. Healing the blind, I promise to let the sun in. Sick of the dark ways, we march to the drumming. Jump when they tell us that they want to see jumping. Fuck that, I want to see some fist pumping. Risk something, take back what's yours. Say something that you know they might attack you for. Cause I'm sick of being treated like I have before. Like a stupid standing for what I'm standing for. Like this war's really just a different brand of war. Like it doesn't cater to rich and abandon poor. Like they understand you in the back of the jet when you can't put gas in your tank. These fuckers are laughing away to the bank and cashing a check, asking you to have compassion and have some respect for a leader so nervous in an obvious way, stuttering and mumbling for nightly news to replay.
There's been a lot of instances in the past with Linkin Park when Mike Shinoda shows up where a lot of his vocal delivery seems to have a very specific cadence. This feels like he's mixing it up. He still has a very set, like, rap cadence to how he likes to deliver his lines. But he is kind of mixing it up a little bit here. And having this vocal over top of this really chill fucking music, this is super interesting. Like, where did they come up with this? This is definitely different for them.
And the rest of the world watching at the end of the day in the living room laughing like, what did he say?
Are they saying amen?
But I am not laughing, cause when it gets tense I know what might happen. World is cold, the bold men take action, have to react to get blown into fractions. 10 years old is something to see, another kid my age drug under a Jeep, taken and bound and found later under a tree. I wonder if he thought the next one could be me. Do you see the soldiers that are out today to brush the dust from bulletproof vests away? It's ironic, at times like this you pray, but a bomb blew the mosque up yesterday. There's bombs on the buses, bikes, roads, inside your market, your shops, your clothes. My dad, he's got a lot of fear, I know, but enough pride inside not to let that show. My brother had a book he would hold with pride, a little red cover with a broken spine on the back. He hand wrote a quote inside, when the rich wage war, it's the poor who die. Meanwhile, their leader just talks away, stuttering and mumbling for nightly news to replay. The rest of the world watching at the end of the day, both scared and angry like, what did he say?
Okay, this is a little cheesy. I keep wanting something to happen. This feels like a song that is building, but then it, like, once this amen part hits, it like deflates for me. There's like, I like the way Mike Shinoda is on this track. I love it. I think he's doing a great job. The music feels like fucking Coldplay underneath. And then we hit these amen parts and I'm kind of like, ooh, I was hoping it would go somewhere else. I hope something happens. We have a minute left this track. I think we've heard everything this track has to offer, but let's see.
With hands held high into the sky so blue, the ocean opens up to swallow you. With hands held high into the sky so blue, the ocean opens up to swallow you. With hands held high
a sky so blue the ocean opens out to swallow you. With hands held high into a sky so blue the ocean opens out to swallow you. With hands held high into a sky so blue the ocean opens out to swallow you. With hands held high into a sky so blue the ocean opens out to swallow you.
That song was disappointing. Like, it started off, I had a lot of goodwill towards this thing. Like, I really liked Mike Shinoda on that track. I think that's one of the more pleasant deliveries that he's had on any of this music. I've heard of Linkin Park up to this point. I liked the lyrical content or what he was going for there. The song just kind of like that amen shit, and then it just leads to that repeated thing at the end. Man, what a bummer. That was to me a real wasted opportunity. Let's get to the next track and hope that they pick it up a little bit there. That definitely was not one of my favorite tracks on this album so far. Boy, those guitars are really murky, aren't they? There's like no high-end bite to any of that. Let's go back and listen to this again. The low end sounds nice.
Are you lost in your lies? Do you tell yourself I don't realize your crusades a disguise? Replace freedom with fear, you trade money for lies. I'm aware of what you've done. No more sorrow. I thank for your mistakes. Your time is borrowed. Your time has come to pay price. I see pain. I see need. I see.
This has some fucking attitude. This has some real fucking attitude to it. I've been missing this. This is good. Even though it's a really murky mix, isn't it? Like the guitars and the heaviness, there's a lot of low, mid, bottom end to this where there's not a lot of bite, which is interesting. It's an interesting way to like go about this. That is kind of like a signature thing with Rick Rubin, where there's just like, it's never polished and perfect, and it kind of has its own identity based on that. This is a rad fucking track. I like this so far.
Liars and thieves abuse power with greed. I had hope, I believed, but I'm beginning to think that I've been deceived. You will pay for what you've done. No more sorrow. I thank for your mistakes. Your
That was fucking dirty. Let's go back. You saw that? I got steak face on that. That was good. That's my favorite song on the album so far. That was really good. There was a little bit of Muse tossed in there, right? Like, could you guys hear that? And like the big choruses? I definitely heard some Muse in there. That was really cool. I liked how dirty that was. I felt like if they were going to do a heavy track, that respects their history up until this point. There were a lot of things that were similar, but it just sounded so much different. It felt like a fucking band playing that shit. Fuck, that was cool. I liked that. And that middle fucking dirge part, hell fucking yeah. All right, now we're going on to a song called Valentine's Day. Boy, oh boy, what is this?
My insides all turn to ash, so slow, and blew away as I collapsed, so cold. A black wind took them away.
These songs are all pretty much tight and to the point, aren't they? Let's take a look at the run times on these things. 3.5, almost 3, almost 5, 3. Look at this. These are a little bit longer. Like the last track is 6.5 minutes. Holy shit. All right. They're breaking out a little bit here. We're on the back part of, we only got 4 songs left of this thing. This thing is flown by, dudes.
From sight, and now the darkness over day, that night, and the clouds above move closer, looking so dissatisfied, but the heartless wind kept blowing, blowing. I used to be my own protection, but not now, 'cause my path has lost direction somehow. A black wind took you away from sight, and now the darkness over day, that night, and the clouds above move closer, looking so dissatisfied, and the ground below grew colder as they pulled.
This whole song feels like it's building. There's no verse, chorus, verse, anything on this. This is way more kind of like contemporary mellow rock than anything they've done up until this point. This song in particular. There's been a real theme to this album where tracks like Shadow of the Day and No More Sorrow. Wait, no, not No More Sorrow. Shadow of the Day. What was the other really chill song? I mean, Hands Held High kind of had a little bit of that vibe. But Valentine's Day and Shadow of the Day definitely have similar, like more pop oriented alt rocky vibes where it's very straightforward, right? What up, chum? What's going on? Leave out all the rest? What is that? Oh yeah, that one at the beginning. Yeah. Yeah. No, that was a cool tune too. Yeah, they definitely kind of chilled out. No More Sorrow really felt like something that if the other albums were recorded in this way, it would have sounded more like that. But this is definitely a different kind of vibe.
Put you down inside, but the heartless wind kept blowing, blowing.
Listen to just like the spatial quality of those drums. They sound big, a lot of reverb. Sound like we're hearing a room.
So now you're gone, and I was wrong. I never knew what it was like to be alone on a Valentine's Day. On a Valentine's Day. On a Valentine's Day. On a Valentine's
As this is another one. This is a thanks, chum. Chum says, glad you're liking this one more so far. I'm a big fan of theirs, but I get it's not music for everyone. Yeah, I think, and I'm sure, Chum, you're coming in from like the other videos that we've done on the first two records of this. I think what I'm really cluing into is just that sonically, this fits more. I think the production of those other albums were just so in your face with everything, and it just like kind of stripped that music of an organic feel in any way. And I realize that's not what they were really going for, where this just feels like the band feels cohesive in this music. I'm not saying I'm necessarily like super into some of these songs, like this song, handheld and hands held high in particular felt like good ideas that didn't really come together. Where this, I liked the across the board, the band itself sounds great on this album. I think the recording of the band, the way they're playing together, the music they're putting together, great. Again, what's holding me back is that I feel like vocally some of this stuff isn't reaching the potential that I feel it could really hit, especially on Hands Held High. That was a real bummer for me because Mike Shinoda really put in some work on that one, and I thought there was some cool stuff going on there, and those choruses just kind of fell flat. This ending part where the entire last part of the song is just him singing on a Valentine's Day. Yeah, this one was another one like Hands Held High where I felt like I was kind of into where it was going, and then when it got to where it was going, I was a little bummed. So far, this album's like, I'm liking the direction they're going more than I'm really like overall digging all of the songs. I feel this feels like a transitional record to me where they still have a little bit of the old self in them, but they're really wanting to branch out and make the music they kind of want to make now. And I like that. doesn't mean the album on a whole is working completely, where I'm kind of excited to hear what the next one's going to be and if they finally pull it all together. The singles on this one are probably like my least favorite tracks on the album, where I really liked Giving Up, Leave Out All the Rest, Shadow of the Day, and No More Sorrow. No More Sorrow is probably like my favorite track on the album, which is funny because that's probably the most traditional Linkin Park song on this record. Would you say? I mean, it's surprising that that's the one that really fucking hit me on this record. But we have 3 tracks left right now, and maybe we'll do the bonus tracks. I tend to not, like on these, want to do bonus tracks. I want to hear the record, how they put it out. But yeah, so far that's kind of, if I'm gonna like wrap up my initial kind of knee-jerk first time listen, like my thoughts on this, that's kind of where I'm leading towards so far. We have 3 tracks left of this. Is that this feels like a transitional record where the ship is starting to right itself for me. Like it's becoming something that I'm more inclined to be into. It still is really focused pop music, which I feel like if these songs breathed a little bit more and allowed themselves to like really expand these thoughts, I think some of these songs would be really fucking cool. But it almost feels like they're shackled to have to be within these like 3.5 minute, 3.5 minute time frames for radio. And that's kind of a bummer. Hands Held High and No More Sorrow were more straight up messages about Bush at the time. Okay, so this is a pretty political record is what you're saying. Shadow of the Day, Given Up, and Leave Out All the Rest are also singles. So there was way more. I definitely, like, a lot of this album has sounded familiar, but I couldn't quite place it until people have told me, like, yeah, I've heard Bleed It Out and What I've Done. Obviously, we've all heard What I've Done because of fucking memes, right? But the other stuff sounded familiar, but I can't say that I necessarily, like, sat and listened to it the way we're listening to it right now. I wonder what you'll think of 1,000 Suns. That's kind of their magnum opus to say. They really experiment with their sound there. Well, if it's more of an offshoot, like a more broader exploration of some of the ideas they have on this one, I'm very interested in hearing it. Because Linkin Park is starting to get to a place where I'm like, yeah, okay, I kind of dig what's going on here. I still feel, and with all due respect, I still feel some of the vocals in lyrics are kind of corny to me. That's not to like diminish the messages that they're trying to put out there. It's just a little too on the nose for me. But that's not to say that I haven't liked it, right? Sometimes on the nose stuff works too. So, I put on the wheel, the randomizer wheel, which is how we choose which albums we're going to listen to next. I did put on 1,000 Suns. I'm only putting on the randomizer list 1 album per artist at a time so that we go through it in the way that you guys want to do it. You know, it seems like you guys want me to listen through Linkin Park as they were made, and I'm going to respect that. Get it? I just grew up on music, helped you a lot, so I'm biased towards them, and that's awesome, chum. You know, music hits us all in specific ways, and this obviously hit you at the right time, right? And that's beautiful, and that's wonderful, and that's how it all should be, you know? Me coming at it from a very detached place, obviously this was made nearly 20 years ago. Listening to it now, I'm in a very different place emotionally and personally. So I just am taking this at face value for what it is. And I mean no outwards disrespect towards anybody that really super connects with this music. I'm just giving my opinion on this, and where I'm at. This music isn't particularly hit me amazing, but this is definitely a step in the right direction. Let's go to the next track in between and see what the last 3 tracks have for us.
Let me apologize to begin with. Let me
Thank you, Chum. I appreciate
apologize
that.
for what I'm about to say, but try and
Here, we're going to go back to the beginning of this. I appreciate you saying that, because there's been a lot of times, and I try not to, like, hey, everybody's opinion's different, right? And especially, like, the point of any of this is that I'm listening to this for the first time. I'm not an expert. I'm just some Joe fucking schmo that has a history of music, loves music, listens to it every single fucking day. And I just want to sit and experience new music. And sometimes it's going to hit me and sometimes it's not going to hit me. I'm not going to know everything about it. And you can't expect to, like, let's just take a step back and think about, like, when you hear things for the first time, do you really have a full rounded, like, opinion and feeling about what it is you just experienced? Or would you prefer to hear it again and experience it again and maybe start to understand what it is and have a full rounded experience with it? That's so, like, us doing this is more like my initial, like, knee-jerk reactions to it. And I think a lot of people, and this is what's weird to me about reaction content in general, is that I think a lot of people expect you to immediately get it or be there, or just love everything, right? It's inherently great. It's like, no, my favorite music grows on me. And the initial reaction is like, is there something interesting there? What is this music doing to me, right? And of the 3 Linkin Park albums, this is the first time where I've kind of been like, okay, there's something here. You agree? Many songs of theirs and other artists you didn't like at the beginning, then it grows on you. My favorite albums are that way. That's my favorite music is like that. So let's start in between again. And sorry, I want to give this its space.
let me apologize to begin with. Let me apologize for what I'm about to say.
Was Mike Shinoda singing?
To be genuine was harder than it seemed, and somehow I got caught up in between. Let me apologize to begin with.
I really like all the music on this album.
Apologize for what I'm about to say, but trying to be someone else was harder than it seemed. And somehow I got caught up in between my pride and my promise.
Interesting.
Between my lies and how the truth gets in the way. And things I want to say to you get lost before they come. The only thing that's worse than one is none. Let me apologize to begin with.
This has a very almost Adore era Pumpkins vibe to it. And those of you that aren't Smashing Pumpkins fans will have no idea what I'm talking about, because it's probably like their least listened to album in their discography of the initial Pumpkins like run. It has a very understated, there's like the strings that are there and the very minimal fucking beats and the way he's delivering those vocals, which are kind of dreamy in a way, really kind of cool. I'm liking this track so far. What do you got to say here, Chum? Kind of how Hybrid Theory and Meteora are tied together. A lot of people lump Minutes to Midnight and 1,000 Suns together. Okay, so companion albums, right?
Apologize for what I'm about to say, but trying to regain your trust was harder than it seemed. And somehow I got caught up in between
between my pride and my promise, between my lies and how the truth gets in the way. The things I want to say to you get lost before they come. The only thing that's worse than one is none. The only thing that's worse than one is none. And I cannot explain to you in anything I say or do or plan. Fear's not afraid of you, but guilt's a language you can understand. I cannot explain to you in anything I say or do, but hope the actions speak the words they can. For my pride and my promise.
These songs are so vocal forward, and I think that's where I'm hoping the next album kind of strays from, where the music kind of, I feel like I want to hear the music more. Like I want to hear swells. I want to hear not just vocals the entire song. Like these songs are so pop oriented that the vocals got to be there the entire time. Otherwise, holy shit, what are we going to do? We have to listen to music. It gets a little fatiguing to me. I like this song. I like the vocals. I like how he's singing, and I like the music behind it. I want to hear more of the music. I just feel like all of these songs need to breathe a little bit more. They just feel like they constantly have to like mash themselves together into like pop tunes where they're just all vocals forward. Yo, what up, GL? Welcome in, welcome in. Chum, you got to say, I noticed that I really am oriented more towards vocals in band than the band itself. I like the entire experience, but I tend to be a music fan that likes music that isn't just all vocal centric. I like vocals, and I like good hooks, and I like great vocalists and interesting vocalists, but I also want to hear just like music in a band play. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. Lane Staley with freaking Alice. One of the best. One of the best. I think that might be some of, and maybe I need to let go of that expectation because it's clear on this album, and we only have 2 tracks left after In Between here, that this is still a very pop oriented album. Like the vocals are like the main focus of everything on this album. But I think maybe where some of my frustration lies in some of this is that finally the music all to me sounds great. Like I really like how the band's playing. It's the stuff they're doing in the background. Tonally, it all sounds really cool. I just want to hear the songs breathe a little bit more.
For my lies and how the truth gets in the way. The things I want to say to you get lost before they come. The only thing that's worse than one is pride and my promise. Between my lies and how the truth gets in the way. The things I want to say to you get lost before they come. The only thing that's worse than one is none. The only thing that's worse than one is none. The only thing that's worse than one is none.
I think I want to hear that song again. I'm going to give that one a star. I feel like, oh my God, Apple Music, quit being such a dickhead. I feel like that song was interesting. Not, why is it given In Pieces a star? We haven't even got there yet. There's something there. I want to hear that again. Like I really liked the melodies in that. I liked the music that was going on. It was real understated. It was kind of cool. And I liked Shinoda's singing voice on that. GL says, how do you like the album based on what you've already listened to? I like this album a lot better. Yeah, I like the direction, and we'll get to this. We only have 2 songs left. I've kind of already said my piece on the album, and we'll absolutely, by the end of it, I'll sit and break down my final thoughts on this first listen to it. But yeah, I would say this is leaning in a direction I like more. Let's just say that for now. In Pieces.
Telling me to go, but hands beg me to stay. Your lips say that you love, your eyes say that you hate. There's truth in your lies, doubt in your faith. What you build, you lay to waste. There's truth in your lies, doubt in your faith. All I've got's what you didn't take. So I won't be the one to leave this in pieces. And you
Feels like this should like
will be alone,
get big,
alone with
but they're
all
shying
your
away from it.
secrets and regrets. Don't lie.
A little bit of a Police vibe.
You promised me the sky, then tossed me like a stone. You wrap me in your arms and chill me to the bone. There's truth in your lies, doubt in your faith. All I've got's what you didn't take. So I won't be the one to leave this in pieces. And you will be alone, alone with all your secrets and regrets. Don't lie.
What? What's with the noodly guitar all of a sudden? Oh, I'm sorry.
Christ, did a cow shit in here?
What was that? Yeah, let's go into this. I was not expecting that. That was interesting. All right, let's go back and let's straight face, guys.
Alone with all your secrets and regrets. Don't lie.
I liked that song. I did feel like the big rock chorus could have came in the second time. That when he started screaming, like, where was it? Where he goes into "So I Won't Be the One." I felt like having it drop out the first time worked. then having it drop out the second time here, wherever it came in, yeah, back here, I felt like I wanted the fucking big rock chorus then, as opposed to the very final time that it hits. For me, that would have made the fucking guitar, the doodly 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 guitar solo fit a little bit more and not be out of fucking nowhere. I gotta listen to that one again. There was something about it I liked. It is kind of cool. I kind of liked that one. Did the vocals in this one remind anyone else of that song that goes, change my attempt, good intentions, should I, could I? What the fuck are you talking about, Cariosa? I don't even know what that's in reference to. There's been several songs on that album I've never heard before. Before I get too into, and I think I've already kind of let the cat out of the bag how I feel about this record. We're on the last song because these are bonus tracks and maybe we'll listen to them. I'm not like on these reactions. I'd rather just listen to the albums as they were released as opposed to these like digital bonus editions that have all these additional tracks added to them. There's been, this album feels like a lot of good ideas as opposed to like really fleshed out songs. Like I feel like if this was given another pass, which I'm obviously, not to disrespect them, they have obviously vetted this out, right? They sat and worked on this or whatever. It just feels like this is a good first step. Well, after we get done, maybe we'll talk of the bonus tracks. You feel No Roads Left is a good one to listen to. Let me find the song. I have no idea who sings that one. Yeah, Karios, I have no idea what you're referring to or what you're talking about. 10 Years Strong, Wasteland. Part of the singing in the song reminds me of that song. Oh, okay. 10 Years is the band. Okay. Do you want to put that on that playlist we have on YouTube? And maybe after this is all done, we'll take a listen to that. But we're on the final track of the album right now, The Little Things That Give You Away. So we did it, guys. And this is the big track on the album. It's 6.5 minutes long. Oh, on this one? Oh, or you meant on the bonus track. Okay. All right. Well, then after this track's done and I kind of give you my overall feelings about Minutes to Midnight, we'll listen to that one. I do like how mellow this record is. Yeah, it really is, chum. Thank you, Cariosa.
Like an ocean everywhere. Don't wanna reach for me, do you? I mean nothing to you. The little things give you away, and now there will be no mistaking. The levees are breaking. All you've ever wanted was someone to truly look up to you, and 6 feet underwater, I do.
See, this feels like literally like the band's letting the music sit and breathe. Like this song is breathing in a way that I was hoping some of the other tracks would breathe. I I'm not 100% on board with this, but it's going in a good direction. Let's just say that. Don't tell him that he'll call it cheesy.
Washed away.
Fucking Apple Music, you piece of shit.
Hope decay.
I wish that there wasn't some sort of like metadata block or like encryption added to the standalone app of Apple Music, because I can't in OBS use it. So I have to use this web-based version, and it fucking blows. This thing blows, man. You see how it just jumped around there just because I went back a little bit? What a piece of shit.
Generations disappear.
Carios, that's too much work. I'm out.
As a nation simply stares, don't want to reach for me, do you? I mean nothing to you. The little things give you away, but now there will be no mistaking. The levees are breaking. All you've ever wanted was someone to truly look up to you.
Almost feels like a sea shanty.
6 feet underwater, I do. All you've ever wanted was someone to truly look up to you. And 6 feet underground now
Oh, that's kind of cool sounding there. I like this part. That's a vibe. Oh, that's really nice. I haven't wanted to stop this because it's very pleasant. I like the vocals, like the round nature of what's going on. Mike Shinoda's vocals are mixing with Chester's really well. The way the guitars are so expansive and huge sounds great. Those drums sound really nice. This is just a super pleasant fucking rock tune. I really like this one. Yep. That's exactly it, chum. His voice in the left channel is also kind of like auto-tuned in a very like electronic and processed way that as it's been going on, it's been getting crunchier and crunchier. That was a cool final track. That was really cool, dude. That's kind of like that pretty much is the epitome of what I've kind of felt the music overall on this album should have been. If I could give my final thoughts, and we will listen to No Roads Left based on Chum's recommendation. I felt this was a good step in the right direction. Is it changing me into a Linkin Park fan? I'm starting to like this a little bit more. I still feel this music is a little too concerned with being tight, digestible pop, where like the little things that give you away, which I mean, arguably is probably the longest song of theirs we've heard up until this point, felt like a band that was allowing the music to flow and to ebb and to go where it needed to go. They were just, my main frustration with a lot of the music on this album is that just felt like they didn't let the music breathe, and they just were more concerned with constantly hitting you with hooks. But overall, I really liked the direction of this album. And it gives me hope that the next album that you guys all keep saying is like their masterpiece, even though there are people that I've read in the comments that have flat out said that, oh no, it isn't. And I'm taking it all with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that becomes the album for me, and I don't want to give it any, like, I don't want to build it up to something that it isn't, because I want to take it for what it is. But I'm hoping the little things that give you away is more the direction they go with on that album than maybe some of this other stuff. My favorite song on the album was No More Sorrow, I have to say. That was a fucking barn burner. I really liked that song. But everything that I gave stars to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, more than half of the album. More than half of the fucking album. So that's good. GL, what do you got to say here? Maybe once we listen to No Roads Left, we'll listen already across the line. You just want me to hear everything. Why? Because I honestly don't even want to hear the bonus tracks. Because when we do these reaction things, I want to just listen to the albums as they were released. I don't, just because they're here, I mean, I had no choice. Like Apple Music, all these, this is a big gripe I have with the digital releases on these streaming platforms, is that we no longer get the albums as they were released. We get these super overstuffed digital, like deluxe editions of all these B-sides and live cuts and demos that weren't necessarily and fine, they're cool to have them, but why they force them onto these albums, like it fucking drives me nuts. It like I can't stand, what was it, the albums when we were listening to Pavement, like trying to get, like, let's just take this for example. Any of these Pavement records we've been listening to, like, look at this. I try to listen to Crooked Rain, and look at how many fucking discs in fucking songs, 25 songs on the second disc, 24 songs on the first disc. The album only goes to 12 fucking tracks. Like, this is just like, come on, dudes. What are we doing? Like, I just want to hear the album. I don't want to hear... If I want to listen to that stuff, put it to the side for me so I can listen to it another time. So I don't mean to like that's like my soapbox when I go onto these digital platforms, and especially with like these album listens we're doing, I want to like go into them purely listening to albums that were released. And the bonus tracks, if we like it enough, we'll go into it, but I'm not necessarily going to do those on these. So I hope you guys you get where I'm coming from, right? I understand, but they're very good. I would like to see your reaction to them. Well, before we go into the bonus tracks, if you guys want me to hear the bonus tracks, I'll listen to the bonus tracks. Let's wrap up Minutes to Midnight. Overall, it's a step in a positive direction. I can't say I necessarily overall really thought it was a great album. There's some really cool, like, I loved how it sounded sonically. The band sounds great. It sounds like a band playing together. I felt a lot of the hooks were pretty good. The lyrics are still kind of a tad bit corny to me in some ways, and I don't mean to be disrespectful in that, but some of the stuff didn't hit me. The stuff that stood out to me weren't the fucking big singles. Those were my favorite tracks. No More Sorrow, Shadow of a Day, which I heard was a single, but I've never heard it before in my life. And The Little Things That Give You Away were probably like my favorite songs on the album. So good job, guys. I'm glad you pushed me to listen. I mean, they're starting to get a little more pleasant to me. The lyrics are all very, my 9th grade girlfriend just broke up with me, Cariosa says. And again, I want to be respectful about this. And I think, there's been a good contingency of like people that are understanding where I'm coming from in the comments, and people that just flat out like, if I don't get it immediately, I'm a fucking idiot. Especially like if you go into my video where I'm talking about Bruce Springsteen, boy, those motherfuckers are harsh. But it's just like, yeah, for the most part, I kind of lean towards Cariosa a little bit. I don't mean to be that harsh, but at the same time, they just come off a little on the nose to me, which I've said before, and I don't mean to beat a dead horse. But yeah, I liked this one better. What would I give this one? I think I'm going to rate this one the best of the 3 we've heard so far, and I'll give this one a 6.5. It's getting towards being like, for me, albums that are a 7 and on up are good albums. That 5 to 6 range, we're still in kind of like, yeah, I'm digging more of it than I'm not. So yeah, we're getting in a better place.